Thanks for the introduction. So straight away move on to the topic, which is when processes work, AI works, correct? And the strategy and talent for AI-ready organization. So since yesterday we have heard a lot about AI for personal use and AI for academia. So today I'll take you towards how to make AI work for enterprises. So before starting that, let us just revisit like AI in daily life. How many in this room are there who have not used any AI in their daily life so far? Winner? So once again, I'll give an example. So my wife is very creative, and over the last 2 years, she has learned prompt engineering on her own, and she is also from EdTech, and she is also into business development. So she was not finding time to create a birthday card for her son. So she gave some prompts, correct? And to her surprise, the idea here is prompt has to be very clear. Birthday card and a poem for a son who plays cricket, guitar, and also a Harry Potter fan. And you were surprised with the output, correct? So the idea is you should give the right prompt. Plus, AI in daily life is working because AI has the context, correct? Be it Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, they have the context from the Wikipedias of the world, correct? The publicly available information in the world. And that is why Harry Potter fans will see that yes, there is an owl, there are books, correct? There is a hat. So it has all the ingredients. Similarly, AI was able to write the perfect poem as well. Correct? With all the context of cricket, Harry Potter, and guitar. But when I try to replicate this AI in enterprises context, correct? Things are not very smooth. I tried to find answers for some of these complex enterprise problems. Correct? Related to working capital, productivity improvement, operational excellence, customer service. Correct? Any general intelligence or general AI do not have the context, correct, of any enterprise over the internet to refer it, and that is why whenever I ask these questions, I always get very generic answers which may not be practical to use and those may not be contextual for your enterprise, correct? So what happens is, because of all these issues, when I try to implement AI in the enterprise context, I always get accuracy issues, trust issues, adoption issues, speed to market issues because of data quality, accessibility, correct? Lack of business and process context, correct? And then effectively, like people are not aware that what is the context, what is the ROI they will get by using all this. And because of this, enterprises are only scratching the surface where only tens and few thousands of dollars are working. But the biggest ROI for AI is when it is deployed at an enterprise scale, correct? End-to-end, improving the business performance of enterprises and where millions of dollars are actually stuck. Now to put things in context, like imagine any technology needs all the right inputs, correct? Imagine like we all had all these addresses available in the form of yellow pages, directories, dictionaries, correct? But when technology came, we put all these addresses to the coordinates imposed on maps provided by real-time data. Then we got GPS, correct? And we all know the power of GPS, correct? We all are so used to it. Similarly, in the enterprise context, enterprises have a lot of data, correct? Data is static across various systems. But unless and until we have the data of the enterprise into the end-to-end processes, we will not be able to launch the full capability of the AI because things will happen in silos, correct? We will not get end-to-end visibility of the processes, and definitely without the process data, business data and the context, AI solutions will never be reliable and scalable. Now imagine how process intelligence helps AI. So process intelligence provides a connective tissue for the enterprise by helping you understand the 5 key questions. Who, what, when, where and why things are happening. So what happens is, on one hand side, we take the process data, correct? The data which is trapped in your systems, it could be some advanced cloud-based systems, it could be some legacy systems. So data from any system, and then on the other hand side, there has to be business context, correct? What are the KPIs, correct? What are the SOPs? What are the benchmarks, correct? When this is clubbed together in the form of an end-to-end process, this gives us process intelligence, which is the connective tissue for an enterprise. Imagine in an organization, a large manufacturing organization, where you have the visibility of your order to inventory, delivery, procurement, everything end-to-end in a go. Only then you will be able to deploy an AI solution end-to-end for an enterprise. How this is done? So what happens is, all enterprises have the data layer at the bottom, and most of the organizations are directly trying to put some models and applications on that. And this is where organizations are not getting the right ROI for the AI, because AI does not have the context and knowledge to implement the organization. This is where like we come in as an organization and this particular suite of technology, process intelligence, because we provide that layer of process data and business context to actually deploy process intelligence. So once again, the intelligent enterprise, because every organization wants to become agentic in near future, but again what we believe is there are three waves. Most of the organizations start with simple chatbots, which are general Q&A type. Then organizations work on custom assistants, which may support one activity end-to-end, but ultimately the desire is to become an autonomous enterprise or agentic enterprise with autonomous agents where human workforce and digital workforce work together. And sometimes digital workforce also processes end-to-end transactions and processes. So now enterprises have this, but what to do with the talent, right? A lot of Indian talent is absorbed into the IT sector, right? But you all would have seen the news. Satya Nadella says in April this year only that 20 to 30% of the code is generated by softwares, which means pure coding may not be a winning strategy or a winning skill in long term. Similarly, the World Economic Forum says by 2030, 70% of the job roles will change in some or the other form. So that's what I believe is, as most of the speakers have already identified, that there will be more jobs created than displaced. Correct? Imagine when the computer era came. We all used pen and papers, correct? But when computers came, only the nature of jobs changed, jobs remained the same, correct? And more jobs got created for maintaining those technologies. But the important factor is the pace this time is more than the previous instances. Earlier it took maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years for these kind of technology changes. But again, this time with AI, the displacement is very fast, things are changing every 6 months. And like just highlighted, correct? Reaching a billion subscription or a billion subscription from YouTube to ChatGPT, you see, a few months to a couple of days only. So that's the pace at which we are working. Another important observation this time is, we all thought that yes, AI will impact only repetitive and mundane things. Correct? And we all were hoping that AI will do only the mundane things and we will all be doing creative things. But on the other hand side, AI is taking over the creative things and we are sometimes doing the mundane things. So this time the change is huge. Not only the simple middle level or the low skill level jobs will get impacted, this time the impact is on the specific high-end creative skills as well. Once again the thing is, and the job roles this time are shifting at the intersection of business and technology. And this is where I think India has to do a lot better, because I also started my career as an engineer in 2006. But again in India the problem is, engineers don't know business. And most of the times, business people don't know how technology works. And this is, I think, a big gap that we all have to fill together. Because going forward, ultimately the consumers who are the business are going to create technology for themselves because of AI. So we have to create a talent pool who is good both at business and technology. And in fact, like, this is where most of the hiring and the highest packages are going. And once again, I'll echo the views of so many other speakers that continuous upskilling and reskilling is the only way forward. There is no survival without that. Finally, I'll also something. Can you move the slide? Yes, I'll also give a quick glance about Celonis, my organization. Yeah. So we are Celonis. The whole vision of our organization is that we make processes work for people, companies, and the planet. And we strongly believe that when processes work, AI works in the enterprise context. And why I am presenting this slide is because our company is once again a classic example of industry and academia collaboration. Because our company is born out of a university project in Technical University of Music, Munich in 2011. So we were the first who got this concept of process mining from academia to industry, and by 2023 we scaled the solution not only to process mining but to other process intelligence. So right now we have more than 1,300 customers and we have more than 250 partners across the globe, and we are the leaders in all the leading research, analysis, reports and rankings. So currently we are valued at 13 billion and we have raised funding for more than 1.5 billion in the last 4 years. Can you move to the next slide? And once again, a quick glimpse of our Global Academic Alliance program. So we firmly believe in education, research and creating the workforce for tomorrow. And that's how we provide free technology access to the universities. We also provide online learning and training and certification for the universities. We also provide classroom material and we also offer guest lectures. And we have trained more than 5 lakh students across the globe. So we have partnered with more than 800 universities across the globe, and we have more than 4,000 courses supported in these universities. We are once again, since our company was born out of research, so we are very much supportive of research, and that's why we have a specific thesis program for the doctoral students. We also have applied research projects. And once again, workforce. So we also have a portal called processminingjobs.com, and we have supported 200 students in hiring. And finally, our footprint in India, and this is how we are scaling India towards an Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we have more than 1 lakh students who are already academic alliance learners in our country. We have already issued more than 1,50,000 badges to the students, because whenever the student completes our course, we issue some digital badges and certificates. And finally, we have more than 1,20,000 courses. And recently, we also launched our research center with IIT Allahabad, because once again, giving back to the society and collaborating with academia is really close to our heart. And once again, because we are born out of a university project. So once again, thank you for your patience and time, and feel free to connect over LinkedIn. My colleague Shilekha is also here, and do visit the booth if you want to know more about us. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, sir, once again. Now moving forward, and sir, I want you to be there for the award ceremony.